Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. I'm your host, Jarvis Cocker, and with me tonight, as always, I have my good friend Stu Wally as co-host. Tonight, we're going to talk about Senne Lammens, or Lammens, as some people call him, the Royal Antwerp goalkeeper. And there was some news coming out from no other than Fabrizio Romano tonight. He said Manchester United have made initial contact to be informed on the deal condition for Senne Lammens. He's among the main names of United list if they decide to go for a new goalkeeper in the summer. And we have been talking about this guy a lot of times, and I really rate him. And we will go through his FBref, his SOFA score stats, everything you need to know about Senne Lammens. We will even show some footage of the guy, some compilations, and I think he's really good. There's also breaking news on Rashford. Apparently, he arrived in Barcelona. It's a done deal. Here we go. Everything is set. So bye-bye, Rashford, for now. And also, Mbeumo deal is sealed. Sesko rumors is getting back again. We've been linked to a guy from Galatasaray, a midfielder. And Stu mentioned to me right before we went live that there's some updates on Xavi Simons. Yes, you heard it right. He wants to leave. I don't know. Maybe Xavi Simons. But a lot of people have tuned in. It's good to see you, people. Smash the like, subscribe, and if you are new, subscribe to the channel. And we will be back after the intro. So see you in a second. Yes, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. Hopefully, Stu will join me. He had a quick phone call before we went live, but he's ready. Gets the thumbs up, and there he is. There he is, my good old man, Stu Woolley. How are you doing, my friend? You're on mute.
What an absolute clown already. It just doesn't happen, does it? It just starts. I was getting really excited and I'm on mute. Yeah, I'm all right, actually. We had a terrible game yesterday. The whole team, we were woeful. Our pre-season has started with 2 games, won 1 and lost 1. But I am looking a bit rough and ready today. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I've had a lot on. So I need a haircut, need a shave, need to tidy up. But apart from that, yeah, I'm all good. I'm all good.
Looking good, Stu. Looking good. You know, you have like that old, rugged, handsome thing going for yourself, and you know.
I'm trying not to blush. But thanks anyway. I got the old multivitamins as always. So
yeah,
we're all good. We're all good to go.
I'm having a cup of green tea, something Twinings, Earl Grey green tea. I don't know. It was quite good.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I can't complain.
Wrong with that.
And of course, my good old friend is here.
Yes.
I'm going to show it to everyone, but you know what it is? It's quite good for.
It's all right for South America, isn't it? Yeah. What you want is a nice Rocker Reserve, full-bodied.
It's South American, actually. Yeah. No, South African.
Oh, okay. Yeah. South African wine. Yeah. Very good. Very good. I've got nice 96 Reserve, which I'm saving too. Oh no, it's not a City shirt.
When we win the league.
Oh yeah, when we win the league. It's not a City shirt, Madhouse lol. It's just a shirt I was wearing today. That's all. It's definitely not a City shirt. Maybe not the right choice of colour, but you know I quite like it. It's all right.
I want to say hi to everybody. Has tuned in already. I see Catherine McDade is in the chat. Good to see you, Catherine. No nonsense McDade. Bernard Ukurtu is here. Who else? Let me scroll. John Edmund, Evening Legends. Good to see you, John. I'm glad you tuned in as a member of the Tactical Devils. You have a green badge on your name. That's fantastic. Thank you for being a member. We have Matty here. Tom Porter is here. Jordan Wall is tuning in from on X. Good to see you. Hello from Sweden. Rob Always United is here, coming in and say hi. Jarvis. Let's see who else. Did I miss any? Howler is here. Good to see you, Howler. MUFC 1414 is here, coming in from Twitch, out of all places. I'm glad we have a following on Twitch. Big up.
Well, we are Twitch legends. Don't forget, we are Twitch legends.
And we have Wolps. Big up Wolps or Stu. I don't know. We get two guys called Stu in this channel.
Yes.
Yeah. Great name. And Madhouse is here listening, folks. Good to see you. Big up, Madhouse. And yeah, basically, we have Alien Tenno is here. Mobile Gaming is here. Day 147, the Routinator coming in. People, smash the like, subscribe, and we will try to bring you a good show. And now we're going to talk about Senne Lammens. And the latest news is this one. Let me just bring it up. Present. There we
just
go.
Before you do that, we've got to address that one. No, I definitely haven't had a hair transplant, but it is definitely thinning on top. Definitely 100%.
Okay.
I do like the comment though. Brilliant comment.
It's still mine, so I
can't. You've got a lovely head of hair, Jarvis. Lovely head of hair,
Thank you. I've been out golfing today. The sun is shining. It's been a beautiful day. I can't complain. Little bit rough on the edges. Had a good night yesterday. So yeah, I hope everybody had a good weekend. Let's go into the latest news, and this came out from Fabrizio Romano. It says, understand Manchester United made initial contact to be informed on deal conditions for a 23-year-old goalkeeper, Senne Lammens. And, we have been talking about this guy for a long time now, Stu. And, he reminds me of Courtois, the Belgium goalkeeper. And when we know Belgium goalkeepers, they have a long tradition of good Belgium goalkeepers. I don't know if you remember, what's his name? The 86 Le Paf? No, what's his name?
Sorry, I do know you mean. He got the curly longish.
Yeah. He took Belgium to the semi-final of the 1986.
Yeah. I can't remember his name. It might have been Le Paf. But they call this guy, don't they, the baby Courtois?
Yeah. But he is. And what's the other guy who was the Belgium goalkeeper in '94?
I can't really remember that many Belgian goalkeepers, to be honest. So I'm struggling about the guys in the devilish tacticos will know.
They know. Prudhomme, yes.
Prudhomme.
Yeah. That's the and Westerveld. Well, he was the Liverpool goalkeeper, wasn't he?
He was the Liverpool one, Westerveld. Yeah. Was he Belgium? Was he as well? Crikey, I can't remember.
Yeah, but I think they had a lot of good. They have a long tradition of good goalkeepers.
They have had a long tradition of good keepers. Yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah, but this guy looks solid, doesn't he? By all accounts, he's a big, tall dude, isn't he?
He's a big guy, and he's composed, but his reaction. I read some stats, some really good stats. I think it was Statman Dave who shared this one. Let me just get it. He said Senne Lammens had both the most saves, 127, and the highest save percentage. That's 81.4%. That's massive save percent in the Belgian Pro League last season. And he also conceded a remarkable 14.5 goals less than XG would predict.
So
it tells me that his season was even better than David De Gea's 17-18 season campaign for Man United.
Yes. I mean it's certainly interesting. I mean, you brought him up a while ago.
I did.
And there's no doubt he's a good goalkeeper. I'm still erring on the side of caution with him. I still think we need probably in the goalkeeper position Premier League experience again. We saw with De Gea. De Gea turned out to be an absolute worldie of a goalkeeper. We had 2 years, his first couple of years, of very dodgy. I always remember Schmeichel back in the early 90s. He had a couple of he couldn't get to grips with the Premier League for the first 4 matches. We were all over the place at the back, all over the place. And then he turned out to be, one of the greatest goalkeepers the club's had played for them. So I do think there's a lot of mileage in Lammens or Lammens, however you want to put it.
Lammens.
Lammens, yeah. I think I'd prefer a Martinez deal personally. I think, he's not been great for the last couple of years, but I tell you something, Martinez, and players that come to Manchester United now, Cunha hasn't, but Martinez has got a bit to prove again. He's still Argentina's number one. He's a World Cup winner. Lammens at 23. We're not going to get him in as a 2. So if he does come in, Onana's gone, surely, because he's not going to play second fiddle. Well, he won't play second fiddle, Lammens. I just can't see that. Whether or not I could see Onana playing second fiddle, I'm not really sure. I think it'd be interesting.
No, I think we broke some news the other day that as long as Onana stays, United won't bring in another goalkeeper. Wasn't that the news?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Onana. Unfortunately, guys, I think Onana stays. If we are really serious about Lammens, we must have some kind of buyer for Onana, because you got Bayindia to deal with as well. You got Newcastle in for John Victor. Trafford is subject of a bid from City.
Yes.
There's a lot going on in the goalkeeper section at the moment. It looks like Galatasaray putting a 3 million bid in for Edison at City. I can't quite work that one out. I'm kind of struggling with that one, to be fair.
Yeah.
But that appears to be the case. I thought you'd get a lot more for Edison than 3 mil. So you must be on the last year of his contract. Who knows? So it is a risk, Tyrone. I agree. It is a risk. But what are you buying? Goalkeepers, they don't really mature till they're 27, 28, 29. That's when they really mature as a goalkeeper. There's been some notable exceptions. Our good old friend Donnarumma at PSG, for example. I mean, he was in the AC Milan squad at 17. He was playing, first team football at 17. But they're few and far between young goalkeepers.
And Shakira. Let's not forget about Shakira.
Shakira.
Oh, yes. The Real Madrid's goalkeeper came in at a very young age. I think he won the Champions League 3 times before 20 years of age.
Yes, he did, but they are few and far between. Yeah, completely few and far between. You need a
Casillas.
You need a goalkeeper that has that experience in the big game. So, look, Lammens would be a brilliant buy for us. I think it's probably, if we do get him, he's got to come in as number 1. But if we are restructuring the team, we bring in a midfielder, whoever that may be. We put in Mbeumo and we put in Cunha. We do bring in a striker. We don't do much with the defence. As a defender, you've got to learn a whole new way of a goalkeeper playing again. So you're best off, unfortunately, sticking with Onana. I hate to say it. I'm really sorry. I hate to say it. Or you bring in a goalkeeper who knows the Premier League. It's a big gamble bringing in Lammens, but Tyrone, I agree with you. I think it could well be. We could miss out on the guy, and we don't want to miss out on the guy. So I agree with you on that one. No, it's just something I was wearing today. I'm getting a bit of stick for the shirt. So it's just all right. I take it on board, guys. I'll never wear sky blue again. I might even go and change it in a minute. I don't know.
No. Keep it, Stu. Keep it. I just want to say, I'm sharing our stream on X as we speak, and I'm putting the link here in the chat so you guys can go and help us share it to the rest of the world. So, guys, smash this link. Go to X, press retweet, and you have done us a big favor.
Yes, I'm definitely haven't gone to see Oasis. I've seen them years ago when I was a whippersnapper, and I definitely wouldn't buy any of the Adidas Oasis gear. That's for sure.
What's your favorite Oasis song? Don't Look Back in Anger. Wonderwall.
Probably. Don't Look
Cigarettes
Back in
and
Anger.
Alcohol.
No, probably Don't Look Back in Anger. But I'm not really. I'm a rock fan, as you well know. I'm more of a hard rock metal kind of guy. But My brother's going to see Oasis. He's got a couple of good tickets. So yeah,
Slide Away, Stand By Me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, there's been some really great Madhouse, none of them. Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? You know, everybody's got different tastes in music. We all like different stuff. So
Yeah, whatever.
No
I'm
nonsense days. Yeah,
I do whatever I. Oh, I'm not gonna start singing. Sorry, I'm not. No. I'm waiting for Stu to take the lead.
The old dulcet tones, a bit of hay fever today.
Moving on to the next sub.
Correct. Yes, correct. The old dulcet tones are struggling today.
I just want to say, Danny B coming in and say, hit that like button, lurkers watching, a lot of people watching, but you have to help us and then smash the like. You know, it's a Sunday weekend wrap up show. We're just here to have fun, talk about football, the latest, what's been going on. And I think we will talk about the midfielder, Ryan, because we have been linked to a guy from Galatasaray, Gabriel Sara. We will go through his FBrefs, but first of all, we're going to go through this Senne Lammens thing. We have done this once more, but we can do it again. Let's do his FBrefs. So when it comes to his FBref reballs, his stats looks really great. It's a weak league. Yes, I know. I never seen Royal Antwerp play, but let's just go through it. He's 193 centimeters, 92 kilos. That's 6'4", 203 pounds. So you know, he's not the biggest goalkeeper, but you know, I think he has the reach, so it's not a problem.
6'4" is okay. You can be too tall as a goalkeeper; you become less athletic. Whereas I think 6'4" is decent.
Yeah, and he recently had his birthday, 7th of July, born 2002. He's 23 years of age and 13 days. He's born in Sottengem in Belgium. As obviously he's Belgium. So looking at his stats, then we have PSXGA. So that's post shot expected goals minutes goals allowed. So he's in the 99 percentile, best in Europe. Save percentage 97 percentile, 81.3% is the save percentage. That's massive. When it comes to saving penalty kicks, 66.7%. 91 percentile in top 5 Europe. Touches 85%. Crosses stopped. This one I like, 99 percentile. He likes to command his area and claim those crosses. We know we had a lot of problems, you know, playing against Arsenal, especially on set pieces, corner kicks. I think Onana is fairly weak. He doesn't command his box. And I don't think we have the tallest players. You know, we have Luke Shaw, Martinez, not the biggest one, not the strongest one. We don't have Gabriel and Saliba in our ranks. We have Maguire, but, you know, it stops there. So even the Ligt is not the biggest one when it comes to defending the air. How do you see that, Stu? For me, I think that's one of the best things I like with Senne Lammens.
You need a goalkeeper that claims a 6-yard box. I always say you need a striker that claims a 6-yard box. You need a goalkeeper that does exactly the same. Yeah, it comes for crosses. You know, it's physical in crosses, physical in the air, good shot stopper. I don't agree with you've got to be great with your feet as a goalkeeper. That's not what you're there for. You're there to, you know, ultimately prevent goals from going in. He's got the ingredients to be a top-notch goalkeeper, you know, absolutely. But how many goalkeepers have we seen in the Premier League that you would call jigsaw? Quite a lot, because they go to fucking pieces in the box. And Arna's, you know, one of them. We can't have that. We can't have a goalkeeper go to pieces in the box. If you've got a fragile defence, which we've had at times, we did defend much better last season, but we were still quite fragile in certain matches against Arsenal, as you quite rightly pointed out. You need a goalkeeper who's going to absolutely on it, not afraid to come and claim a cross, not afraid to get kicked in the face, kicked in the head, kicked in the stomach. None of that. Doesn't glue himself to his line and sweeps. If Amorim wants to push us up the park, as he keeps telling us he does, and you know we've demonstrated on many occasions, you need a goalkeeper that can come out and sweep. And we don't have that in Onana, which everybody would look at him and say, well, where's the Inter Milan Onana from the Champions League final, where he would come out, as opposed to where he is today, where he's bang average on his line. So again, you kind of, I think Naz mentioned a great, really good comment about the pain points that De Gea had to put up with for the first 2 seasons, which we spoke about right at the beginning of the stream. He was very weak, very lanky.
He needed to bulk up.
Yeah, and he was a problem in corners. We were over physical. And Arno at the beginning of his first season was quite over physical. Got away with that penalty against Wolves and didn't do it again since. And so you need physicality. So if you've got a as I say, a fragile defence on occasions, you've got to have somebody behind it you can rely on for 12 to 15 points a season. Edwin van der Sar, Peter Schmeichel, David De Gea when he settled down. All of these goalkeepers gave us that Stepney. He was good 10 points a season. Gary Bailey would win your matches by himself. Edison's done it. Allinson's done it for Liverpool. Edison for City. But Pope at times has done it for Newcastle. We've been the victim of Pope doing it for Newcastle. There are goalkeepers. The Spurs goalkeeper. Do you remember last season? The Spurs goalkeeper had a fucking worldie. Unbelievable. So there are times where you've got to look at it and think, what's the best for the overall collective on that one? I do think that Tyrone's right. Getting him at that money at 17 to 20 mil is an absolute fucking steal. But goalkeepers never really went for a lot of money at all, really. No. We bought all our goalkeepers at reasonable money, apart from Onana at 52 or whatever it is. Stupid.
We paid for Fabien Barthez. I think we paid decent amounts back in the days.
Yeah, I think De Gea was our record goalkeeper signing at that point. I think it was about 18 mil, wasn't he? Something like that. And then after that you had 60 million for Edison, 72 for Alisson. There have been some massive goalkeeper fees. So if we could get him between 17 and 20, that would be ideal. But will he come in and will he play number 2? Because you've got to do something with Bryan, don't forget.
Yeah.
Not Tom.
Yeah, he needs to go. He needs to go. Tom he's staying, so he's
we've got to do something with Bryan Deer, and we've got to decide whether we're going to chuck our eggs into Vitek's basket as well. So
I see Ryan mentions a lot of good goalkeepers. He mentioned the Benfica, the Ukrainian guy. We have the Real Madrid guy. We have Alex Mereth.
Noonan.
I think he was the Napoli goalkeeper at the time. I think he's decent. I rate him. So,
I think Lunan, people would want Lunan there.
Lunan,
sure. But for me, again, where we are in our current rebuild and our structure, you've got to have reliability between the posts. And I'm not saying Lehman's isn't going to be reliable, but I just think Martinez gives you a certain amount of reliability. I'm not saying he's 100% reliable by any stretch of the imagination, but he gives you a certain percentage of reliability because he knows the Premier League.
Yeah. Stu, I want to show you this. I don't know, you see Onana is the one in green and Senne Lammens is the one in red. So if you look closely, short passes is better than Onana. Long passes, they're almost the same, but it's a little bit better. Interceptions, well, he outnumbers him in almost every aspect. But when it comes to save percentage and expected goals, he massively outperforms Onana. So he's basically a shot stopper and expected goals that he's better at when it comes to comparing him.
He is. His stats, clearly don't lie. He's a very highly rated goalkeeper. But at 23, if you sign him, you're signing him to be a goalkeeper for 8 to 10 years. At 23, you are signing for longevity. Yeah. And we did that with, we did it with Schmeichel. We didn't do it with, when you think back, Sean, good to see you, mate. When you think about the way that Fergie used to operate between the posts.
Yeah.
Okay, we hadn't replaced Schmeichel until a 32-year-old Van der Sar walked through the door. And then we got that stability. And we had all sorts of issues with goalkeepers in between Schmeichel and Van der Sar. We could well be could experience similar.
But I think Mark Bosnich did all right, but he was kind of underrated and underappreciated. But I think it was decent.
The problem was though, he was a tit though, wasn't he? As well, he was a junkie. He was, he liked his beer. He was late for training. I mean, fucking hell, there's a famous story about him being an hour late for your first ever training session at Manchester United. It should have been an hour early, 2 hours early. He was an hour late. And then we had Ben Foster, great goalkeeper, until he comes to Manchester United, falls to pieces. And this has been our massive problem with
the weight of the shirt especially when you're the goalie.
So, look, I'm not saying Lammens can't handle it. I'm not. I don't know whether we can handle it or not. But are we in a position, if we are going to remove Onana from the post, are we in a position to go for a young lad who's got bags of fucking potential, He really has. Or do we want somebody who knows the Premier League and can and guys,
Tim Howard
goes. It wasn't too bad, absolutely. But his problem was he was erratic as well. But name a goalkeeper that isn't erratic. You're all erratic, everyone's erratic. But when the guys are saying, and they're absolutely right, by the way, the devilish tactique is Onana's got a problem up here. He has. He's a fucking nutter. But don't we need a nutter? Don't we need somebody who can, who can command the defense? Onana hasn't got a grasp of our defenders.
No, you're right. And we also have the AFCON. He will be out the goalkeeper for a month, probably.
There's no communication between our centre halves and Onana. Should we go down and get somebody who's a bit off his head, but who's going to get you? Because Martinez will give us 10 points a season. We know he will. But he is erratic, like he did against Villa. But I quite like the fact, by the way, when he did take Garnacho, I think it was Garnacho, wasn't it? I can't remember now. Martinez rolled around as if he'd been fouled. It was brilliant. That's how you do it. Yeah, he should have got sent off. It was abysmal. And he was right. But when he's on his game and he's on his day, he's as good as anyone out there, Martinez. He is. So Amorim has got a decision to make. Do we have the Schmeichel issues from Schmeichel to Van der Sar, or do we cut that particular head off that particular snake and go for Premier League proven? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's a devil's advocate argument. That's all it is. I'm not saying anything else. I'm not saying.
So you're making a strong case, and when you put it like that, I agree with you, and but I'm willing to risk it because I think Lammens is the next big thing. I think he's the one.
That is what I agree, and there's my dilemma, Jarvis. Inside, that's my problem. I totally agree. I think he could well be the one. I really do. I struggle.
Let's have a look at some of his saves.
What are you doing, Jamie? I did see the fight last night. I thought Dubois let himself down big time. I didn't think Dubois fought to any kind of game plan. Or any real way to beat Usyk. I thought Usyk technically last night was absolutely fucking brilliant. Also, Jamie, I thought Usyk was a bit bigger. Don't know what you thought. And his punching power was much better than I've seen it just recently. So he got scored last night, I'm afraid, Dubois. I think Dubois was looking for that one punch to see if he could knock Usyk out. Usyk was on a different level, Jamie. I enjoyed the scrap. But I thought Usyk was on a different level. Sorry, Jarvis.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I know there was a match on late yesterday.
Fight. It was a big fight. It was Usyk unified the heavyweight division, but Dubois had a chance to unify the heavyweight division. So interesting, but he did. He got a bit of a tank in, to be fair.
Cool. Tyrone comes in and says Usyk is unbeaten and not even Lennon Lewis. I've heard about Lennon Lewis. Would be able to
Lennox. Yeah,
Lennox.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Lennox Lewis. Yeah. Let's look at some pictures. It's from what's this channel called? SVMM. I just found it. So I hope it's okay that we
Pictures
show this.
courtesy of SVMN.
Yes. How do you say it so we not get sued for?
You go pictures courtesy of.
Pictures courtesy. Okay, thank you. Now that's done, let's have a look at it. Oh, I will turn off the music.
Yeah.
Nice foot parade. So that's what I don't like with Onana. He can't use his feet when he saves. He tries to go down with his body first. So it takes a little bit too long. So when the shot comes close to his body, he can't save. We saw it a lot of the times last season. And you see his nice reflexes and let's have a look one more time. Yeah, that's a nice save. And he doesn't put it in the danger area. He gets the ball away from the goal.
I blame the striker though, Jarvis. He should have gone near post, not far.
Okay.
I'm just playing. Sorry, Jarvis. I'm going to dig there. Watch again.
Okay.
If he goes near post, he's probably scored.
Yeah. You're right.
Anyway.
You're right.
It's what it is.
It's a nice save. That's probably one of the hardest saves, but because he can't see the ball because it's too many defenders in front of him.
Yeah, it was low as well.
Yeah, it was low. I want to play it in real time. It's better.
Well, that's a good save.
That's a good save. Close range.
Yeah.
I like how he is aggressive. Comes out and
hands up, but he's up quick. He's up quicker.
Yeah.
He's up very quick there.
This for me, I think he looks really good. I like how he always takes the ball out away from the goal to the sides. If it's Onana, it's always getting back into the defender. So
yeah.
Not afraid.
That.
Well,
did he do? Did he flap at that, or have I read that wrong?
Yeah. No. He punched the ball.
It just because the ball's kind of ended up over there. It looks like a flap to me, and he's missed it. But that's just me.
Yeah. And let's see his goal kick technique. I like what I see. Oh, long goal kicks
to Mbeumo.
Let's see here again. Long goal kicks.
Yeah.
And I rate the technique. The sideway technique. That's so much better. Just want to see the goal. That one, yeah.
And Mbeumo running onto that, cutting in on the diagonal edge. Straight in. Have that, son. Have it.
Oh, it throws precise, long. I've seen enough, Stu. I know. We need to sign this guy.
No, I think no. Like I say, I'm not. I'm offering an alternative solution. That's all I'm offering. I at one point, I don't think. Hi, Mark. We've got some new ones. Daz is in. Daz Sweets is in, and there's a new chap. I'm sure Supreme Leader is in. Good to see you, Supreme Leader.
Leader.
There's a lot of chin wagging going on about Joshua and Jake Paul. Let me just tell you guys, if Joshua steps into the ring with Jake Paul, don't ever watch boxing again. Don't ever watch boxing again, guys. Just walk away from boxing. The sport will be absolutely destroyed at that point. Biggest joke on the planet. Though Joshua, there's no point in going into the ring with Usyk anymore. And I really don't think there's any point in Fury going into the ring with Usyk anymore. If I'm Usyk, I'm bowing out. I'm going to heel up and I'm going to bow out as undisputed world title, world heavyweight champion. There's nobody out there that can really challenge Usyk, in my humble opinion. But as for Jake Paul, Joshua, I'm not interested in that whatsoever. I'm not really interested in Eubank and Ben too either. it's a money grab. There's nothing on it. It's just a complete money grab. Go and fight for world titles. That's what true boxers do. So that's just my humble opinion. But it's been brilliant debate, Jarvis. You should read some about it. It's great.
Yeah. Nice, guys. I'm not that into boxing and never been, but it is what it is. I'm a lover, not a fighter. That's just me. A lover, not a fighter.
But by the way, it's just that Jarvis could gut any one of us like that. Ex-Marine, always remember
Ex-Marine, I do the Krav Maga, the dirty tricks,
Yes. Oh, yes.
Supreme Leader comes in with a question. How would you guys rate this window, taking into our rivals' window 2?
It's actually worth pointing out that Liverpool's transfer window this year is an absolute anomaly, and it won't ever happen again. They didn't spend a penny, I don't think, or was it 12 million, Jarvis, last summer? And nothing in January.
Liverpool.
They spent nothing. So this is an anomaly. They don't have any PSR issues, and they've got a boatload of money to spend. But you're not like to see that type of transfer activity out of Liverpool again, in my opinion. So City, I think we'll appreciate. I don't know what's happening with City at the moment. The fact that we'd like them to disappear off the face of the planet. But decent. I think Arsenal have had a steady window, but obviously they appear to have a snag, don't they, Jarvis, with Mr. Gyökeres?
Yes.
We don't want to get into that at all, but they seem to have had a bit of a snag with him, but we don't know why. That's up to them. Tottenham haven't really done much. Newcastle haven't done much. They've got Langer in. We've just got to concentrate on ourselves, guys. We've had an okay window so far. I think Cunha and Mbeumo really are great for us. If we get the striker that we want, and if Jarvis can get Lammens, then we'd have had a solid window, and nobody could say we haven't.
Well, for me, it's all about. A lot of it is about plays out, and I think Rashford is gone now.
He's gone
on a loan. That's positive.
He's gone. He's there tonight.
We still have Sancho here. We still have Garnacho here. Anthony's still here. I think we need to offload one of the number 10s. We have too many now. We have brought in 2. We can actually talk about that before we go to the.
On Sancho, they're waiting to Juventus trying to offload Weah, aren't they? And as soon as they offload Weah, Sancho gets done. So apparently everything's agreed on all sides. They just need to get offload Weah, and I think Juventus has been up front and said that. They still haven't actually finalised Conceição, have they yet? I don't think he's been good. Jonathan David was in Turin today, wasn't he, for his unveiling?
Yes, but he was a free transfer, so.
Oh, absolutely brilliant for them. That is absolutely brilliant for them. Over 100 goals, 30 assists. Great, absolutely great for them.
And Yalam Alamin comes in and say we got Cunha and Mbeumo, 2 of the best in the league, and we have removed Rashford from the club, so he would say our window is really strong so far. Personally, I said on the Flying Pigs channel today, I was in the live chat, and I rated the window 3 out of 10. Because of outgoings, and because I think we moved too slow, because preseason has already started and we have just recently signed Mbeumo, so 2 players in. I think we moved too slow, because I think we were, when we lost the Europa League final, we all felt that we needed to sign 6 to 8 players pretty quick. We needed them in before the preseason and give Amorim time and a fair chance to turn things around with his players. Well, it hasn't happened. So for me, I don't think it's good enough. But it's still a long way to go in this window, and still things can happen.
Yeah, I mean, we fly out Tuesday, fly to States on Tuesday, don't we? And Mbeumo's going to go. We'll see what they do in when they're out in the States. Be interesting to see. Sancho's gone. I did see that Madrid are looking to Atleti, are trying to get Anthony, aren't they? 30 million. Which would be a great piece of business for us, and a great piece of business for Madrid, Atleti. That would be ideal. And then you've only got a couple of them left. Malacia, etc. So I think it'll be interesting. I think you'll probably see more speed and more haste
Yeah, yeah.
Now that Rashford's gone, because that's what we've saved an absolute fucking fortune now, because they're paying his full salary.
They are, yeah, but he did actually get a 15% deduction on his salary to get the Barcelona contract.
Well,
And
you come out and you say you want to go to Barcelona, you're never going to get your full salary, are you? Because Barcelona will be, well, if you want to sign for us, mate, that's your deal, and rightly so. So he kind of he did that to himself. What a shame.
So this is the news that came out, that Barcelona sealed all the documents for Rashford deal, and he's set to land in Spain. We also saw pictures of him arriving, and they understand that Barca will pay 14 million gross as salary coverage plus bonuses linked to appearances. So he will take a 15% pay cut, and Man United will not cover his salary. And there's a 30 million euro buy option, about 26 million pounds. For next season if they want to keep him on a permanent basis. So Rashford is shushing us all and is happy at Barcelona.
I'm pleased about that. You can shush anyone you like. We don't care. We don't care. Just go and have a. Look. There's an option to buy. It's not an obligation. I think it's worth pointing out. It's an option. And if he has a stellar season, it'll up his value. So he's gone. I saved us what we saved, 17 million a year. So that's another.
It is money, yeah.
That's money we've got now to spend for this season. Another, we'll give you 17 million, a year over the next 3 years. We can do that now. We could go in and get Sesko if that's who we want. We've got that money set aside to do it. As soon as we get rid of Sancho, we've got more money to spend. So we're in a pretty good position.
12, 13 million extra just in salaries a year.
15 million. If Juventus do a deal at 15 million, just take it. That's what you would do, isn't it? Just take the money. 15 million. Oh, we'll give you 5. Great. Because the money that you save on that period is just worth it. So Malacia wasn't on a great deal of money, was he? Was in about 70 grand a week or something like that.
But still much for a player of his stature.
Yeah, he needs to go.
70, it's a joke.
Malacia is one you could quite easily cancel his contract, do a deal with him on a financial footing and cancel his contract and say you're free now. Go and see somebody else. You could quite easily do that deal. He'd probably go for 3 mil, personally in his bank.
This one comes in from Walton87 and comes in and say, if we were to get Watkins, would that be a decent front line, and where could we finish? For me, I think that's quite good, but I don't think we will be top 5 because I still think we need to replace Onana and we need a midfielder. We saw in the Leeds game where we lack, and that's our central midfield. Casemiro and Bruno is not good enough, and through a whole season, I think we will be found out with those two as our starting midfielders. So I would say maybe 6th or 7th with that front three.
We'll become a pendulum club with that, guys. Anybody who remembers the Kevin Keegan Newcastle period, the late 90s, they would go and they would score a shed load of goals, but they would concede a lot of goals. And we will, with that front three, we will score a lot of goals. There's no two ways about it. But we'll probably.
And Jurgen Klopp's first season at Liverpool, we had this aces up front: Firmino, Sala, Mane. He had Mignolet. No, what's the goalkeeper? Keller, the goalkeeper.
Kelleher it was.
And they brought in Van Dijk and Alisson Becker, and suddenly everything
stopped it. Yeah, that stopped it. So, we will score goals. There's absolutely no two ways about it. But on the flip side of it, we'll concede. So we've got this. We've got this top 6. Look, I said we'd finish top 6. Fred the Reds. MSC News. Jobs to tell you, I thought we'd score 66 points. I'm still not changing my prediction. I think we'll be a much better team. Forget what you saw yesterday. Yeah, don't worry about what you saw yesterday. It's an irrelevance. I know there's a lot of fans were absolutely melting down on yesterday's game. Don't worry about it. It was a nothing game.
It's a glorified training session, that's televised. So just be aware, it's just friendlies, and especially the first and the second game. They are still heavy in the legs because of the preseason training. We don't see the how it actually works. But when you come to, let's say, game number 4, 5, then you can start to see the shape of what we can
Exactly.
expect next season.
I think we'll all agree, Jarvis, and I think you'll appreciate this. And he came out and said it. We lacked pace, but we looked strong. I thought we looked strong individually. Players, even Ahmad, I thought looked strong. I really did. And he's a slight lad, but we were lacking pace. So I agree with what he was saying. But Leeds didn't put us under any real pressure. We hit the post a couple of times or hit the bar, whatever it was, a couple of times. On another day, one of those goes in, we win the game 1-0. Then look, you could go through, and we've done this in the past with Fergie guys in our title winning side years. We've gone and we've lost 3 or 4 preseason matches. We've gone away and we've lost them, but we've come back and we won the title. The business end of the season starts at the very beginning of the season. Day one, we're in a title race. Day one, you're in a top 6 finish. Day one, you're in a top 5 finish. Day one, you're in a relegation fight. And that's how it is with football. It unfolds in groups of 6 games. You always go into groups of 6. You look at your first 6, your second 6, your third 6, your fourth 6, and that's how you shape your season.
Yeah.
And that's what Amarin will be doing, and his coaching team will be looking at the first 6 games. They'll make some assessment as to where we'll be after the first 6 games. And then where we are after those 6 games determines your next pattern of 6. And it's really interesting how football, can evolve like that. But it's worth noting again, and I keep coming back to it, Schmeichel's first season, we lost 3 of the first 4 games, I think. Everton didn't they? So, it does happen. It can happen. So I've just seen what you've got.
Yes, because we are 249 people watching, about 75 to 80 people on YouTube. There's still some news to break down. We have the Mbeumo thing. We haven't talked about Sesko, Gabriel, the Galatasaray guy, and Xavi Simons. So, guys, stay tuned. But first, I want to talk to you.
I was going to say, there he is. What a legend.
We all know this guy.
There he is. He's absolutely... You didn't do the jingle.
It's time for the Daily Jackson. Yes, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Daily Jackson. I'm your host, Jarvis Cocker, and tonight we're going to talk about the latest when it comes to Sir Nicholas Jackson himself. And we have this coming in from AFC Stuff. Nicholas Jackson's representative, Ali Barrat, offered the player to Arsenal. However, the club declined. So another miss in the life of Sir Nicholas Jackson. But I want to say something when it comes to this, because there are some credible sources talking about Nicholas Jackson, and we have Ben Jacobs.
Oh, do you? Come on,
Gaza. Goes out to the family of Gaza and Gaza himself.
Pull through. You're a national treasure. Pull through.
Yes. We can talk a little bit about Gas and talk about his highlights, but I just want to finish the Daily Jackson news. And this came out from none other than Ben Jacobs, and he said Benjamin Sesko is back on Manchester United's radar as a number 9 option, as revealed last week. We talked about this on the show the other day. Approach made 12 months ago before Sesko decided to stay at Leipzig, and Nicholas Jackson and Ollie Watkins are 2 other names discussed. So from credible sources, we are actually considering Nicholas Jackson. Why? I don't know, but we are.
No, and Sky Germany have been reporting it as well. Alfredo Padula, or whatever his name is, has reported that, and they say it's quite strong. He also reported, by the way, that Xavi Simons He's looking for an immediate exit out of Leipzig. So watch this space. We won't go in for him. We know that.
We just signed 2 number 10, so I don't see.
We won't go in for him. But he's, the Jackson thing started off as a bit of a joke, and it is a joke. We think it's a joke. But we love it's nothing against Nicholas Jackson. So if his representatives are watching our channel, which they should be, it's nothing personal. But he's in the wrong club. I think Jackson actually would thrive in Germany. So I would be looking at knocking on Leipzig's door and see if I could go there.
And the thing that when we to be serious when it comes to Nicholas Jackson, I think he's very street-like when it comes to his footballing abilities. He has raw talent, but
he's a better player than we give him credit
for. How do you say it? He's not very schooled when it comes to the modern game.
The eye test and Nicholas Jackson don't see eye to eye, if you excuse the phrase, but they don't. But he's not a bad footballer, and
what I'm trying to say is we can't bring him in as and have Højlund as his understudy because
no. Chelsea's not been a club for him either, has it? Let's be honest. He's gone to an absolute basket case of a club. He really has. So. But we thought about that, many players. If you remember Joe Linton coming as this brilliant Brazilian striker, and actually he's a midfielder. That's where his best position is. It's really quite interesting with football. So, but Jackson, he's not for us. We don't want him. Jarvis is right. He would never. We haven't got a hope of getting Wissa, John. No, unfortunately, we haven't got a hope. Newcastle. I think Johnny K suggested that Sesko is probably going to be a Vivell signing. Obviously, Vivell knows Sesko well, doesn't he? Collis. So Jamie Wayne's a big fan of Sesko as well. I think there's probably a bit of legs in that one, Jarvis. I like the comedy that was being shoved around to X this morning on our Gyökeres deal. I do need to add something, though, on this. The original source of that story is a very, very serious Portuguese news outlet. But it's a news outlet, guys, not a sports outlet. Let's be clear about this. Nothing to do with sport. They are a news outlet. And I find it, and I'm a journalist, by the way, so I know how it works. And I find it strange that a very, very serious news outlet would post anything to do with a sporting subject if there was no serious, or they've been able to corroborate the story seriously. It just doesn't happen. And I've never, ever, I think the last time, or one of the very few last times they did anything, that particular outlet, was... Are you ready for this? Bruno Fernandes.
Yes.
To Manchester United. So, look, I actually think it's not true, and I think they've been fed serious information.
It's obviously BS.
Yeah, they've been fed this information by Sporting to hurry Arsenal up. But this newspaper or this outlet does not just go ahead and post stuff like that because they don't deal with sport. So
where's the editor? The editor should just say, I don't believe this is nonsense, let's not post it. It's
he's been tipped off, whoever's been tipped off. And I'll tell you something for nothing. The editor of that particular publication would have got out and got 100% accuracy from the source. You have to do that as an editor, otherwise you can be in all sorts of trouble. So Sporting, in my opinion, have leaked it. That we're in for them, and it's a manipulation tactic to Arsenal. Nothing to do with us.
Could it be Gyökeres' agent?
It could be Gyökeres' agent as well. But there has been a tip off to this particular news outlet. Are very serious, very serious outlet, Madhouse, and they are using, I would imagine, Manchester United to try and push the money or push Arsenal to close a deal, a little bit like Brentford probably did with the Newcastle Vissa story. That was leaked There's been nothing to suggest that Newcastle actually went in for Wissa at all. But we didn't know that. And I'm imagining Arsenal are probably scrambling around. You probably see Gyökeres agreed with Arsenal tomorrow. So, but SIC are a very, very serious outlet. So, it is, in my opinion, very, very weak. But they don't go, Jarvis. I promise you now. And an organisation like that doesn't pull the plug on an article unless they've had layers of factual corroboration. Just to be free, just to be serious. But I don't think it's. I just think we're being used.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of funny comments about
Nicholas
Jackson.
Nicholas
Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. But I just want to say something. Romano was in the chat, and I found this on his X account. Brilliant account, guys. Go subscribe to Romano. Transfers MUFC comes in and say Sesko just isn't affordable right now. We need huge value reduction to have any chance. And I think that's a brilliant point. I think that's where it stands. I think we want Sesko. I think we could take him if the price was right. But right now they're asking for too much, and he's not worth that amount of money.
I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that, because you've got to ask the question why Arsenal didn't close the deal and they moved from Sesko to Gyökeres. So you've got to make that. And it appears that RB Leipzig were changing the goalposts, etc. We've seen that.
Yeah.
Arsenal don't have Vivel. We do. I'm not saying that's a pulling on thing, but there are occasions, and the Devilish Tacticos know this, and clubs up and down the country and globally have always stated that if the right player comes, Jarvis, at the right money that we feel we're happy to go to, they'll take it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying Sesko's that person. I think I agree with Romano. I think he's a little bit out of reach. I think Watkins are probably the one that comes through the door.
It looks like Watkins is the one right now, unless he asks for something like outrageous wages or I don't know. But anything can happen when it comes to transfer.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? That was right, wasn't it? What Madhouse does. That is right, isn't it, Jarvis? Oh, fucking hell, where is it? 55 million Arsenal offered for Sesko, didn't they? But they've done exactly the same for Gyökeres. They've offered 55 and a lot of add-ons, and I think 55 for Sesko and a lot of add-ons. But the interesting thing is, Liverpool have gone in with Ekitike, and it's a 90 million euro deal. It's likely to be, isn't it? But they can afford it. Liverpool have got the money; they can afford to do it. So I think, it'll be interesting.
I saw someone said compare Ollie Watkins. Was it Romano compared to Sesko? I just want to do that.
There was.
Sesko, Benjamin Sesko. Okay, here we go, guys. Let me bring it up. Ollie Watkins is to the right, to the left, and Sesko is on the right. So let's try to enhance it a little bit. So apparently there's a big gap when it comes to age, 29 versus 22. Sesko is 195 centimeters, is 6'5" something, and Watkins is only 179 centimeters. So Benjamin Sesko is far better in the air, I would assume. The price market value is 41 million for Ollie Watkins and 73 million euros for Benjamin Sesko. An average SOFA score rating through the seasons is 6.93 for Sesko and 6.94 for Watkins. So they are similar, but when you look at their heat maps, you could clearly see that Ollie Watkins operates much more centrally in front of the box and onto the left area of the pitch. But Sesko is more all over the place. So they're not the same profile.
He's no different to Højlund though, Sesko. This is always been my problem with him. He's not where we need him. He doesn't operate in the 6-yard box. And we need him. We need somebody who operates in the 6-yard box who's going to get us goals. If you've got two dynamic 10s, Konya and Mbeumo, you need a fucking striker.
You do. I saw someone wanted to see Mateta. Let's do Mateta.
He is Romano. He's a better fit, yeah, absolutely, mate.
Jean-Philippe Mateta. So stay in browser. Okay. So here you see the heat map on Mateta. He likes to drop in more centrally to be part of the build-up, and is more operating in front of the, I would say, around the penalty mark inside the box.
Yeah, it's exactly where you want him.
Yeah. So I would also say Mateta is a better fit. So Ollie Watkins and Mateta are more similar. Sesko is not when it comes to profile.
I don't know if we can get Mateta out of Palace, can we?
Well, it all depends on money and the willingness of the board. You just have to cough up the dough. Yeah.
Well, so, you've got to. Yeah, you've got to. Jamie, sorry, I was only going on the heat map. With regards to, I prefer a striker in and around the 6-yard box there, dude.
Yeah, but it's interesting, the Sesko deal, but I don't think it will happen. As Romano said, they have to lower their valuation and try to strike a deal. If you can get something around, I would say between 55 and 60, I think there's a possibility, but not 75, 80. I think that's too much. We're asking for too much.
Yeah, I don't think he's there yet. So.
Yeah, we are on 49 likes according to the Wootinator. Thank you, Wootinator, one of our moderators pushing for those likes.
Agreed.
268 people watching, 76 on YouTube. So guys, if you haven't, please do us a favor and smash the like. Let's at least get to a 50 like mark. That would be brilliant.
Yeah, 100%.
And Ryan Mark Williams comes in and say Palace wants 25 million pounds, guys. That's his market value. Well, I think we're talking about at least 40, I would say. At least 40.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just my my assumption.
We've got 54 likes, by the way, Jarvis.
Oh, brilliant, guys. Thank you. I appreciate every one of you helping us out and smashing that like. So let's talk about the Galatasaray midfielder we've been linked to, Stu. It's a guy called Gabriel Sara. And he used to play for Norwich. So he's played in the Championship before. I'm not sure if he's played in the Premier League. He currently is playing for Galatasaray. He's a midfielder. There's a dodgy source when it comes to the link, but I think it's worth mentioning. This guy.
They needed another player, didn't they, to link us to?
Yeah, let's just bring it up. We can talk about it. So breaking: Man United preparing a 25 million euro offer for Galatasaray midfielder Gabriel Sara. The former Norwich midfielder was earmarked by the data team as the midfielder to go for. So he has the right attributes. The profile fits when it comes to Man United. There's also another update when it comes to this. It's Transfer News Live. Manchester United are ready to pay 30 million euros for Gabriel Sara, but Galatasaray are holding out for 35. And the source is Aksam. I think there's a Turkish outlet. Yeah. So I wouldn't read too much into it. But what's interesting with this guy is his profile. So I don't know, Stu. Should we have a look?
You never buy a player on data only. You've got to know what you're buying. You've got to understand his personality, his physique, his ability with the football. Data doesn't tell you that. That's why I'm not, as you well know, a huge stat fan. You look at it from the eyes. He's clearly a talented footballer, but he's come out of nowhere. It's another one that's come out of nowhere. So at 35 million euros, and you might be able to get Edison at 55 to 60, then you double the money and you take Edison all day long. You don't bother with.
Maybe his plan B or C or D or E or F.
Plan F, isn't he? Or G. Who knows where he is?
Could be. But let's break it down. His name is Gabriel David Gomes Sara. He's a Brazilian. He's 26 years of age. 26th of June he was born in Brazil. He's 178, 68 kilos, 5'10", 150 pounds. Played 9 games in the Europa League, 1 assist, and 31 games in the Turkish Super League. 2 goals, 8 assists, so he can contribute going forward. When it comes to his stats, it's a lot of green. So going from this, he looks good. Shots 2.43 a game per 90. Shot creating actions 5.10 every 90 minutes. So he contributes a lot. Pass attempts is 66.37, 89 percentile. So he makes a lot of passes and progressive passes. It's 7.64. So he moves the ball forward. And this is interesting when we talk about the Amorim way, progressive carries 2.66. So he's in the 94 percentile. And successful take-ons. He knows how to handle the ball. He press resistive and he can dribble. So 1.27 per 90. And his defensive work, interceptions, blocks, quite high. Tackles, not that good. Clearances, not the best, but he's not a centre back. And aerial one is in, I would say, the middle, 41 percentile. So going from his stats, he looks good.
What's his heat map like?
Well, let's have a look.
Have a look at his heat map.
Let's do the heat map. So give me 2 seconds. Do a comment, Stu, and I will find it.
Yeah, there's loads going on actually in the chat. Let's have a look. Ryan was saying that Hugo Larsson and Eric Martel, best 2 youngsters in Europe. Vulps has come in and said, never heard of this dude. Lavender says he likes the unknown gems. Yeah, Jamie, Liverpool didn't spend anything last year, so they've managed to hold a lot of money over. You'll never see Liverpool do that type of spending again, I wouldn't think. Naz comes in and said the Turkish league is the biggest joke. I wouldn't bother. They're one sneeze away from playing in the Saudi Pro League. Most just go for money. Let's have a look. Jamie comes in and says this club of Renette's on their captain. Watch his stink fest against Leeds. Absolute bum. Oh dear. So
okay.
So let's have a look.
Let's have a look. So Sara is on the left and Bruno is on the right. So let's try to compare them. Premier League against the Turkish league. So I don't know if you can see this too. Is it big enough or?
Yeah. I mean, he plays where you want a central midfielder to play. He plays within the middle third lines. Absolutely. Bruno's a bit more erratic, as you can see.
As you said, you always talk about these lines, so inside
plays
from
inside the lines. Yeah, that's where his main attributes lie, and that's where a good midfielder plays. So, but yeah, I don't really know enough about. I've not seen him play, so I'd need to have a look at him. But his heat map is decent. Bruno's
stats and heat map looks good, but we don't know anything about this guy. Never seen him play.
Exactly.
He's Brazilian, but we don't know nothing about him. I have to be honest. But Galatasaray is decent. It's not the highest level, but it's decent. Could be a punt, but if anything else fails,
He's cheap, and we've seen, likes of Kleberson come across. He was a brilliant midfielder. Comes to Manchester United and dies on his arse. So it's just one of those, isn't it? You just never know. You just never know.
You never know, but why it came out? Because it's not just dodgy sources. I think it was it Ben Jacobs who retweeted something said about this guy.
Would love to see Bebe's heat map.
But when it comes to midfielders, I think this was one of the reasons why this came up today, because Richard Rios' link is apparently dead. He's signed to Benfica. It's a done deal with Benfica and Palmeiras. So green light from the.
He'll be brilliant in the Portuguese league. He will.
Yeah.
He'll be absolutely brilliant. Rios will be in the Portuguese league.
So but when it comes to this Gabriel Sara, I'm intrigued.
We don't know,
I want to see more, but
but it was a link, and it's a bona fide link, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
we have Vicky in the chat.
Hi, Vicky, darling. Hi, Vicky, sweetie.
Vicky. Good to see
you.
you.
YouTube wife is in.
So, Stu, do you want to share anything about Xavi Simons, or where do you think it will end up?
Simons.
Yes.
Do you know if I was Simmons, I'd be trying to get myself in at PSG.
Simmons, that's Alien Tenno's guy. You always talk about Xavi Simmons.
If I was Xavi Simmons, I'd try and get in at PSG right now. That's the most exciting team on the planet. At PSG, and that's where I would try and go to. And I think he could. I think Vitinha is a brilliant player, but we know Simmons has got absolute qualities as a 10. So I think PSG would be the move I'd be looking for. So if I was in, it'd fit PSG perfectly.
I would say Arsenal. They are looking for SA. So if SA link falls through, maybe Xavi Simmons is the guy.
If he goes to, we can get Kvaratskhelia then, Jarvis, and I think we'd all have Kvaratskhelia tomorrow.
Yeah, obviously.
But no. That's where I would. I don't think he'd fit Arsenal. I think I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure Simmons has got the beef and the bulk for the Premier League, but I think PSG it'd be ideal for Simmons.
Nash comes in and say, didn't PSG have a buyback for Simmons, and they wouldn't gotten him if they wanted him? So
I think they're the buyback, but we've seen that. We've done that ourselves, haven't we? We put buyback clauses in, and we've had to pay big money to get them back. So yeah, I think it'd suit this current PSG team quite well.
Yes. So let's talk about the biggest news of the weekend.
Mbeumo.
How do you say it? Is it okay that I say Mbeumo or
it's Mbeumo? That'll be the when he scores a goal. It'll be the Mbeumo chance. That's how it'll go. Yeah, boom.
It goes to boom. Exclusive. Yes, we told that Mbeumo is set to wear the number 19 shirt at Manchester United. An announcement from the club is imminent. So yeah, we know it's confirmed. It's here we go from everybody. But number 19, do we have?
Hold on. How did the Centre Devils get that as an exclusive? I mean, come on, do me a fucking favour. There's a bit of law against putting the word exclusive on there. There should be a law against that. I mean, you probably will get the 19 shirt. But there should be a law against putting exclusive.
Yeah. But 19, that's a good number. I think it's not a number 9, but maybe it's a hint. Maybe Amorim wants to play him as the number 9.
Did you see him, by the way? Did you see the picture of him turning up for his medical?
No, I didn't.
Suit.
Oh, we have a Never a Foul raid, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We are just talking about the Mbeumo. So who we have Tyrell, Gunner TV coming in. Big up Tyrell, Shamelessly, LFC, Kingsman. Big up, guys. Thank you for the raid.
He turned up in a suit, Jarvis, a grey suit with a crisp white shirt.
Wow.
That's how you do it. You turn up to the club of the stature of Manchester United and you do it properly. You don't go in a fucking Louis Vuitton fucking hoodie or whatever. You turn up to the club. Probably. Apparently, if you believe what everybody says, apparently they absolutely love him at the club. They say his attitude is perfect. It's spot on. Cunha's got that attitude as well, which is great. I think somebody mentioned yesterday Obi Martin was a little bit upset because Cunha was screaming at him. You're in the big leagues, son. You can't get any higher in professional football.
No.
You're in the big leagues.
He's the best there is.
So you've got to take it up the chin. You need that leadership. You want that fucking. Cole Palmer. People are having the pop.
What do you think about Mbeumo? How will he impact Man United when he comes in? Do you think it will be an immediate impact? Do you think he will play every game under Amorim, or is he the guy we have been waiting for?
Yes.
Will he be the Cantona savior type of signing that will come in?
No. These two aren't a Cantona savior. No. Our club is way too rotten, for a Cantona type of savior. Cantona was a special type of player, but at the time, Jarvis, if you remember, that group of players had just fallen short against Leeds the previous season. They needed a catalyst. They got that catalyst. I actually think that you did, Fred. Absolutely. I do think that Mbeumo and I do think that Cunha are going to make a huge impact. We're going to have a huge impact for us. And we are going to score goals. we're going to score more goals. I think Mbeumo's going to be unselfish. Cunha's going to be unselfish for the first 6 games, and then you're going to see them absolutely explode. We get a good, solid striker in there, somebody that Højlund can learn from, come off the bench for the last 20 minutes, 25 minutes. I want you to copy exactly what X, Y, and Z has done. You know, you're going to see Cunha try and feed Højlund and Mbeumo try and feed Højlund. Mbeumo can attack down the right, he can attack on his left. Cunha will drag the ball from deep. I said this weeks ago, months ago, when I called for Cunha to come to the club. As you all know, I called for Cunha months ago, January time. I went on that rant, if you remember, and Mbeumo was on that list as well. Sander Berg was on that list as well, and Emi Martinez was on my list. Those are the 4 players that I wanted. We're not going to get Sander Berg. We probably won't get Emi Martinez, guys. We know that. But we got Mbeumo, and we wanted Mbeumo for the simple reason he will attack, he will defend, and he will attack, and he's a fucking nightmare for defenders. Cunha's a nightmare because he's strong, he's powerful. Bruno got to sort himself out this season. It's a pivotal season for Bruno. Now's your colours to Manchester United. Now you've got to really fucking step up again. You've got to go back to the 2019, 2020 Bruno, and where you were clever with little clips over to Martial against City. You know, you were scoring goals. You've got to go back to that type of thing. You know, whoever supports Bruno has got to be solid in that 6. We need a solid centre half. We need a solid goalkeeper. The rest takes care of itself.
I think I need Baleba, as Catherine McDade comes in and say. Baleba from Brighton.
You like him, don't you?
It would be the dream signing. Yeah, for me.
You like him, don't you? Yeah, you've mentioned that. And I know Catherine and No Nonsense McDade has mentioned that as well. But you've got drive. You know, and Mbeumo and Cunha give you drive, don't they? They offer you real drive. They offer you real penetration, solid penetration. And it's quick and it's powerful. Ahmad, learn from these guys. That's all I'm saying to you. Learn. Garnacho's gone. We know that. He's gone. Rashford's gone. Antony's gone. Sancho's gone. We know they're gone. You know, so let's just make sure that we give these guys all the support, and the players in and around them give them all the support. You've got a Manchester United for a reason. And that is to have your limit tested so that you can, when you make that 11 at Manchester United, you've earned it.
Yeah.
There were players last year that never earned the 11. I can't imagine Bruno was sitting in that changing room going white until the team was announced, panicking that he hadn't done enough in training to make the first 11. That's how it should be in that team. You know, the mighty Tipton Town. I get picked all the week, all the time, Jarvis. But you look at me on a Thursday evening. I you know, when we come back, I'm white as a ghost until I know I'm playing. I'm white. I hate it. It's horrible. Being selected, it's the worst feeling for me. I've done it ever since I was a kid. I've never taken my place for granted, and you should never do it. And we got players.
We all know the feeling, you know, in the locker room when the coach comes in, he reads up, you know, he has his note, he reads out his starting 11, and you just sit there waiting.
You're just waiting. It's horrible. It's the worst feeling ever, and I still hate it today. But half our players don't do that. Onana never did that. No, Onana knew he was playing. Dalot knew he was playing. Bruno knew he was playing. Højlund knew he was playing. You know,
I always feel like we have had favorites for a long time in our struggling period. You know, this not being, I don't know, some players just have had their way, you know, always getting selected. And now we have players like, for example, Dalot getting his selection. Do you think Amorim will choose him in the next season to go as a regular starter? You have the Portuguese link, you know, and he's a professional. Always put in a
hugely interesting, actually, what he does at wing back. Because I thought Dorgo looked good yesterday. I thought Diego Leon looked good. I don't think Leon's going to go out and transfer on loan. I think he's going to stay. I think Dorgo with Leon in there, Jarvis. Shaw, don't want to talk about Shaw, by the way. I'm just saying we've got him. He's going to stay, so you've got to use him. You've got Leon.
And lean. It could be. having one season, you know.
Yeah, maybe you've got Leon and Shaw as left, and maybe you've got Dorgu and Dallo as right. And if that is the case, then Dorgu. Jamie, you're absolutely right, mate. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about that particular subject, aren't we, right now? We're talking about the fact that they will make a difference, but you need that quality in and around you as well. You need that ability to run in and score goals. So I wouldn't be surprised, and I could be wrong about Dorgu, but I think you might see Dorgu focus more on the right, Jarvis. So it'd be Dorgu or Dallo, and I think it'll be Leon or Shaw. No, it's not great, is it, Shaw? Because we can't trust him. And then that leaves you with one, because it looks like they're going to push Amas out on loan, doesn't it? From what I can see. And we're going to be missing Leacher, really, in my opinion, till October, November, if he's got any sense. If we've got any sense as a club, you leave him till there. You got Mazzari, so Mazzari could go left if needed.
He could.
And you've got Yoro and Heaven who could play alongside Delict. So we've got Leon and Dorgu. If we push Dorgu on the right, will give us, I think, a more balanced, in my own opinion. But can you trust Diego Leon to come in and play in the Premier League? No, it wouldn't be fair on the kid.
No, it wouldn't. He's too young, but you know, I like his attitude. I like his physicality
there. And then you've got Rebe, as Rebe says back here, and this was my other point I was going to make actually, Rebe. So thanks. Is what did you do with Ahmad?
Yeah,
that's my question. So do you
put are stacking up on the number 10s, and this is one of the subjects I wanted to talk about, Stu, because I think we are in a situation where we have too many number 10s because of the Mbeumo signing, and now we have, for example, Xerxes. Is he a number 9 or is he a number 10? If he's a number 10, we have Ahmad, we have Mason Mount, we have Xerxes, we have Mbeumo, we have Cunha, we have Bruno. A lot of players for just 2 positions.
Xerxes,
I think we need to sell one of them.
Xerxes is a better 8. People don't agree with me, and I understand why you don't agree with me, but he's a better 8. And the reason he's a better 8 is he's brilliant at taking the ball from deep. And you're absolutely right, guys. Before you jump on me, he hasn't got the legs to be an 8. I'm not talking about a box-to-box 8. I am talking about a steady 8, not a box-to-box 8. We can't afford to play with a steady 8 because we need the box-to-box. Xerxes can't do that. But as a player, he operates much better right in the middle of the pitch. We've seen it most of last season when he played. He's a better 8, or would be a better 8 than a 10 or a 9.
What about Mainoo? Is he a 10 or is he an 8?
Mainoo's my big issue. I don't know what you do with Mainoo at all. I like him. I really do. When he's got us out of a lot of holes in his short career, and there's loads of goals to talk about, isn't there? There's the FA Cup final. There's Liverpool. There's the Europa League. So yeah, absolutely. 6 is 11. I don't know about that one. He's a gigs. But absolutely, Mainoo is absolutely superb. I like him.
But it's a tough call, you know.
It's a tough call
with all the number 10s.
You know what I would do if I was Kobbie Mainoo? I'm going to be honest with you guys. If I was Kobbie Mainoo, I'd be looking at that starting 11, realizing I'm not getting into that starting 11, and I would change my game. And I would make myself into a 6. A ball playing 6, a tackler and a ball playing 6, a carrier. I would make myself.
But he's press resistive. I think he can play as a number 6. He can be the playmaker, dropping down and actually do the job. But he needs to be better when it comes to his long balls. He needs to be able to find a pass.
You've got to focus.
Pass.
Yeah,
if he can
do that. Focus. If he can focus and look at it and change his style, I think it'd be a brilliant 6. But he won't do it, Jarvis. The modern day footballers won't do it. They won't change. Scott McTominay.
Well, it's up to him. It's up to him to do it.
Scott McTominay didn't change. Scott McTominay decided to play his, went to Napoli and told Conte how I play. Play me like this, and I'll score you goals, and it's done. Mainoo's got to look at it. I agree, Iron Titanium. That's what I'm saying. I agree with it. Make yourself indispensable in an area, because if you're overloaded in tens, Jarvis, what are you going to do? You're going to sit on the bench. You're going to go out on loan.
You have to reinvent your game. That's the
reinvent
only
yourself.
Option. Yes,
reinvent
yes.
the game. I said this years ago about Tuanzebe, and I know he's suing the club at the minute, etc., for injuries. But I said years ago, we were caught crying out for a right back, and he constantly played himself a centre half. Turn yourself into a fucking right back. Make yourself right. Right back's weak. That's where I'm going to target. You know, I think maybe Collier needs a lot. I love Collier. I love Collier, but I think he needs. I think he needs a loan. I love Collier, great player, but I think he needs a loan.
But he could also reinvent himself. He could actually go for, let's say, the left wing back role that still has an opening.
Yeah, of course he could. These players won't do it. You know, these players don't look anymore. You know, they don't look around.
You just need to learn to cross, and then you're it.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Yeah. They just don't think about that. Mainoo won't be considering what he does. Amarin's probably already told him, you're not going to feature as much this season. You know, I need you to, you know, convince me and play your way into the team. But at this point in time, you're not going to start. He probably already knows that. And so you've got to look at it and think, right, okay, where are we weak in this team? Where can I fit myself in?
Yeah. I just want to shout out. I saw a new person in the chat, and actually coming all the way from Japan, boys.
Hey,
yes, Sashi coming in 98310 Japan. Big up, big up. How do you say in Japanese? Arigato.
Arigato, yeah.
Arigato. I don't know what it means, but you know. So big up. Thank you for tuning in, Japan.
Yeah, thank you. Big in Japan. We're big in Japan now, Jarvis.
Big in Japan. Big in Japan.
We're big in Japan. We're big on Twitch. We're now big in Japan.
Yes, big up. Never a Foul and Cass. Love you guys. Thank you for the raid.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you.
Can you read this out?
Arigato Masu. Arigato Masu, I think. Thank you. Sash, you're an absolute legend. Please continue to join us, mate. Thank you so much for that, pal. And teach us Japanese as well. Yes. We're always looking to learn.
Yes. Since we have people coming over from Never a Foul, and I know that's just a footballing channel, not the Man United channel. I just want to address this. It's about Ekitike. It's a Here We Go from Liverpool. It came out today. Fabrizio Romano, deal in place a fee of 90 million euros for the French striker to join Eintracht Frankfurt from Eintracht Frankfurt, reaching potentially 95 million euros. So yet again, a big deal from Liverpool, 6-year deal for Ekitike, 2031, and he only wanted a Liverpool move. So how do you see him fitting into Arne Slot and this Liverpool attack?
I think if we're all honest, we don't know enough about the kid. I saw somebody today saying we've got the new Henry. Hey, really? What makes you think he's a new Henry? Henry was a different type of footballer completely.
Yeah.
You know, he could do anything, Henry, with a football, just like Dennis Bergkamp. Magicians, absolute magicians. Eric Cantona, magician. Berbatov, magician. You know, Xerxes, in a way, magician with the football. Well, the new Henry. We don't know enough about him. You know, have Liverpool had their kegs pulled down on this one? Who knows? You know,
is Liverpool a contender now to retain their title? Are they favourites going into this next season because of the signings?
Didn't they spend 90 million euros 2 seasons ago on Darwin Núñez, who was ripping it up in the Portuguese league?
100%.
You know, so, you know, people can go on about, and the Liverpool fans will be going absolutely waxing lyrical, but there's not a Liverpool fan on the fucking planet that would turn around and say to you they wanted Ekitike 2 seasons ago. Fuck off. Did they bollocks? Yeah. Nobody was talking about Ekitike 2 years ago. Yeah, or even last season. Not to my knowledge in the UK. So
15 goals last season. Crazy money.
Is that all he got? 15? Well, they, you know, this is the thing where the money is. I read today, Romano might be able to tell us, but I read today that Diaz is really pushing for a move, isn't he, to buy him? He's desperately going to buy him, but Liverpool don't want to let him go because he's the kind of Jota replacement, isn't he? He's the Jota.
100 million.
Yeah, he's the Jota of the team. So I think Ryan might be right. Martial inbound for Liverpool 2.0. Nunes hasn't ripped it up in the UK. So this is the thing. This is the problem when going abroad and spending 90 million euros on a footballer that we don't necessarily know. And I'm not saying Lammens is in that bracket, Jarvis, because I'm not, but I'm just saying we're looking at maybe spending even a very small amount of money to come in as a number one. What's the offence? I think it's absolutely, it's bullshit.
I have to say I'm glad they didn't get Isaac, because I think Isaac is
Isaac's
as far as I know. I'm not slating Ekitike, but I rate Isaac.
Jarvis, Isaac is a completely different kettle of fish. That is a Premier League proven goal scorer. Now, he wants to leave Newcastle. We can't afford him. Okay, so I'm not even suggesting we go anywhere near him because we can't afford him. But I would love his agent to phone up the Barada and say, look, fuck Liverpool, come and get me, because I tell you now, we'll win you the league. Because that's what you want. You want that type of person on the phone. Come and get me. I'm going to win you the league. He's a different animal. You're absolutely right, Catherine. No nonsense, Madade. Absolutely right. We would love him here. That's all. But we don't talk about him because it's just never going to happen. But a few years ago, when the club was being run properly, we'd have been all over Isaac like a rash. You're the one we want, Isaac. We're going to come and get you. So it'd be really interesting. I'll be really interested to see how Mamouche does this season. Had a brilliant 6 months for City. Can he replicate that now? So it's going to be interesting. I think that's a lot of money, Ekitike. A lot of money. I wonder why Newcastle balked at it just out of interest.
Stu, we are 1 hour 30 minutes into the show, and I just want to share the X link for you guys to, if you want, give us a retweet and share it, because we are live on X as we speak, as you can see. And I just want to shout out the guys giving us a retweet. Tyrone Williams gave us a quote and a retweet. Big up Tyrone, and Jarvis Cocker did the same. And we have shared with I Am Titanium, and Jordan Wall also shared it. So thank you guys for helping us reaching out. And please do us a favor, smash the like and smash the link, and then go and share on X.
This is a really good comment. Who cares about crazy money if the buy works? Absolutely, Retro. I think you're right. The problem with us is we've been overspending for so long that players that are rubbish, we can't go in for the likes of Isaac, which I find shockingly bad. For the biggest football club on the planet, I really do find that possibly, really bad. But you're right, because we've invested in mediocrity, we're really struggling to get that real player that we want. We know the problem with Isaac is you're looking down the barrel of 150, aren't you? If Ekitike's gone at 90 million euros, I mean, Isaac's guaranteed goals, isn't he? So you just
yes, it's true.
It's interesting. It's interesting, and it goes back to the Gyökeres thing. And we've always asked this question: can Gyökeres do it in the Premier League? Well, we don't know, because Arsenal haven't done the deal yet. So we don't know what's going to happen.
But I also have the same feeling. I'm not 100% sold on Gyökeres when it comes to his abilities in the Premier League. I think he relies too much on his physicality, but I think it can be found out in the Premier League, especially against the top 6 teams and tougher opposition.
Yeah, tougher opposition. How's he going to go against Van Dijk?
Yeah,
or Romero, for example. Yeah. You can't bully Romero with Spurs. We all know that. We've seen it.
Yeah, but even like Joachim Anderson at Fulham, for example,
you don't bully him.
Bully him.
Yeah. No, you don't bully him.
It's a different level. where he Crystal Palace, you don't bully those types of centre backs.
Yeah, Ruben Diaz, you don't bully him because he'll just knock you out. He's crap.
Yeah. Saliba, Gabriel.
Saliba, yeah, they'll just knock you out.
Well, let's see if he joins Arsenal, then he don't have to face them.
No, he won't. But your point's valid though. Your point is valid. And then you've got, keepers who will come at you and hold you down. I don't care if you're 6'4". I'm coming at you. I'm just as big as you. I'm going to come at you. I'm going to narrow your angle. You've got fullbacks. You imagine Gyökeres. I know Robertson isn't going to be playing likely so much for Liverpool, but Robertson will kick the shit out of him. Robinson at Fulham will kick the shit out of him. So what happens? Ake will kick the shit out of him. Cucurella in particular will be loving it.
I read today, Stu, that the pace of the Premier League has gone up by 20% since 2020. Last 5 years is massive. So the game goes so quickly now that you have to have extreme pace, extreme power, extreme technique, or you don't make the cut. The Premier League is the toughest league in the world. It's just how it is.
There's a certain level of athletes, and we look a better level of athletes, already, don't we? In this short pre-season, our bodies are much better than what they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, difficult on that, Joe. Good point.
Yeah.
I think it's difficult to. I mean,
but I don't see Isak as a prolific goal scorer per se. I think it's so much
more.
Smart.
He's just smart,
his game.
Isn't he? Smart player.
It's like not a goal machine as Haaland or
no.
Gyökeres. No. Boxing Straight Talk is in the house. Big up, Boxing Straight Talk. Good to see you coming in. Evening, everyone. Been out for the family meal tonight. Checking in late. That's okay. You can watch it in the rerun after the show ends. But I'm glad you came in and contribute into the live chat. You're a legend, guy.
Interesting point about Gyökeres, Jarvis, and maybe Jamie, because Jamie's watched Sesko a lot. He was saying, he's put in the chat, he's watched him a lot. But is he prolific?
Who? Sesko. No.
Sesko. Sorry, Sesko.
He's a 15 goal a season type of striker.
So he's no different to Ekitike then.
No,
15 goals a season for same league. Harry Kane popped in with 30 whatever last season. Harry Kane, 31 years old. Harry Kane.
Would you still take Harry Kane?
God, fucking all day fucking long, all day long, because you're not just buying a Harry Kane goal scorer. You're buying somebody with absolute peerless knowledge of football. We know the German league isn't very good, but he's scored he's been there 2 seasons and he's got 80 goals or something like that in 2 seasons for Bayern Munich. It's fucking nuts. Absolutely fucking nuts. How many did he score his last season at Tottenham? 30, 25?
Yeah.
It's fucking it's nuts figures. Harry Kane is nuts. Harry Kane, if you got offered Harry Kane and we turned him down, we'd need fucking shooting. It's the Henrik Larsson came in for that 6 months, was brilliant for us for that 6 months, wasn't he? Only scored a couple of goals, but
Cavani, we brought him in late.
Cavani, brilliant for us. You're never going to get Harry Kane, but if you could, wow, fucking hell, Jesus.
John Charles O'Rourke coming in and say, honestly, I know we were never in for Jonathan David. He was on a free, but now he's signed for Juventus.
Yeah, I kind of don't get that one either. Over 100 goals.
Speaking about the prolific goal scorer, I think that Jonathan David is one of them.
He'll do well. He'll do really, really well for Juventus, I think.
Yeah. And he said, let's just go for Patrick Schick at this point.
He seems to have been around for absolutely ages, doesn't he, Patrick Schick? I don't know how old he is. You mentioned him before, Jarvis.
Yeah, we talked about him. I know Romano rates him.
Rates him. Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah.
Temengen Delios coming in and say, what about you, Gyökeres to United? Ineos, please make a plan. Yeah. Ineos, please make a plan for him. Yeah. The rumors that came out today was false. we are never going to get Gyökeres. He wants Arsenal, so that's the
He's
end of
made it
the
quite clear he wants
saga.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
I mean, there were rumours today, to Mesgen, but we know that the outlet that came out is a very serious outlet, and they don't just publish stuff for the sake of it. But we think it's people using
information.
Planted information. Yeah, we think.
Question: Junior Gabba.
Foxy Straight Talk. Any truth on the Sesko deal? We don't know, actually. If we're being honest, we don't know. But Alfredo Padula, or whatever his name is, has come out and said that there's been contact, there's been talks between United and Sesko. I don't see how we can get that over the line if Arsenal couldn't. I don't. That's the thing. We could. Arsenal can't even get Gyökeres over the line. Jarvis, come on. So.
Yeah, and this one from Junior. Watkins or Sesko? I know who you would pick.
I'd go Watkins, because Watkins gives us 18 goals. I think Watkins scores 18. He scored his minimum goal record 16, isn't it? I think Watkins. I just don't know enough about Sesko. Jamie, if you could enlighten us more on Sesko's qualities, because I just don't know enough. Hilvan, good to see you, buddy.
Good evening.
Titanium is off. See you later, dude.
Yes, see you. Thank you for the retweet. You are a legend. You are a legend. And guys, after the show, go into the non-live section of the chat after the show and leave a comment. Who would you take? Sesko, Watkins? Is there anyone else?
Somebody asked us about Osimhen, didn't they? Again, no, Osimhen still hasn't signed for Galatasaray, so he's left out the Napoli squad. I saw their touring squads, and he hasn't signed for Galatasaray. So there's a big. I actually think, and I'll be honest with you, I think Gyökeres is holding everybody up. I think Gyökeres is the cork in the bottle. Once he's done, I think every other chip will fall into place. I just don't understand why it's taking so long, because Osimhen's gone completely quiet, but he hasn't moved. Sesko's
there's some updates, some breaking news 1 minute ago. Fabrizio Romano on Osimhen.
He's gone one, has he now?
Yeah. So guys, this just came out. Victor Osimhen to Galatasaray. Here we go. Club-to-club documents exchange to start in the next 24 hours. Verbal pact. So Galatasaray will pay 40 million euros now and 35 in 1 year and 10% on future profit. Also a goal-based bonus. So that leaves the Osimhen rumors out of the window. Bye Osimhen. He won't come to Man United. He will go to Galatasaray. So that's the end of the Osimhen saga.
That's it. So what I was about to say was he hadn't moved, Sesko hadn't moved, and Gyökeres hadn't moved. Those were the three protagonists, strikers this season. So maybe that moves everything. But nobody was in for Osimhen anyway, really. We could have done that deal at that money.
45 plus 35
euros.
We
could have done that deal on that money. Easy.
Yeah, but his wages, he wanted 400k a week. So that's
nobody can tell me Galatasaray are paying 75 million and 400 grand a week for him. No chance. No chance.
Yeah,
I can't see that. I think he's on way less money. He's got to be. I mean, I could be wrong, but
yeah, and apparently, I think Sporting is trying to sign. Is it the striker Luis Suarez is the striker? So they are getting a replacement for Gyökeres. So that's will probably happen soon. Then to Arsenal.
He only wants to go to Arsenal, but so maybe we are front runners and the only club for Sesko. Who knows?
Who knows? So. We need striker options now. I don't know who we can sign other than Watkins.
Well, the pool was tiny, wasn't it? The pool was tiny anyway. Yeah. The pool was Sesko, Osimhen, and Gyökeres. The pool was that small because the other clubs, and Jonathan David, but he was always going to Juventus anyway, wasn't he? So.
ITN comes in and say, guys, forget the transfers. The coward manager hierarchy who employed him is going to blow in our face. Interim is next incoming.
We don't need another interim. God.
I don't want that.
I don't want
that to happen. But it could happen, if Amrim don't get the proper backing. We still need a goalkeeper. We need a central midfielder. We need a left wing back. In my mind, that's at least 3 more signings, and we need players out, and we need a striker. So that we are talking about 4 more signings, and I think it will be difficult. We have 6 weeks left. We don't have any money. We struggle to getting players out. So we will see. We will see. Will be a lot of action in the next 6 weeks, 100%.
Well, it will be interesting. Let's have a look. Jamie says, "Facts: no quality striker wants to come to a team who bottles European football." Interesting. These are Sesko's stats from Fred the Red.
Okay, 13 goals, 5 assists, 14 goals, 2 assists in the Bundesliga. Okay, so it's not that impressive.
Again, so would you pay? Why would you pay 80 million euros or 70 million euros for that? I don't know. I don't know. I think, look, it's really, really, really interesting stats. But again, people like him, and that's absolutely fine with me.
Yeah, 100%. We all agree, we are Glazers out, and I'm Ineos out. I don't trust them yet, but they can still prove me wrong. But I don't think they have good intentions for our club.
Vutilator says Galatasaray got a load of players off their books. They can afford Osherman's wages. It's probably why we're linked with Sara. To get that off his books. Probably why we're linked there.
Gabriel, Sara, the Galatasaray midfielder that we covered earlier in the show for the late arrivers. So if you want to see a little bit more in stats-wise heat maps for Gabriel, Sara,
earlier on,
you should go back about an hour and watch. We are 1 hour 46 minutes into the show. I think it's time to wrap it up. We have covered everything. I have just one more section left. I want to talk a little bit
before you get that up, Jarvis. While you do that, we start your questions for tonight. We'll do the Q&A tomorrow as normal on Monday night. Tune in again, please, and all your questions will be answered. We might do a bit of a longer Q&A if there's nothing really happening,
and then we'll try to get a panel for you tomorrow. Maybe Noradin will come on.
Mark will be back. Mark Language. We'll get Mark. We'll ask Mark if he can do some conspiracy theories for you. And Noradin might want to come up, or Cass might want to come on, mightn't they?
Yeah. It's been talking about the Oasis concert. ITN. It's talking about your shirt, Stu. It's your shirt.
No. Everybody's asked me about that. No. It was clearly a poor choice of shirt tonight, everybody. I sincerely apologise. Sky blue will never be worn on this channel again. Although it's worth noting that although Jarvis's shirt is Norwegian's national team, there is a bit of sky blue in that, and none of you have said anything. I'm just going to point that bit out. Somebody did say earlier that skins would be better. I'm not sure about that either. But it reminds me.
I don't know how the summer has been treating you. Is your tan getting along, or is it more laughter?
The tan's good. I don't want to go too far, but the tan's good. Yeah, it's quite good. I've actually been working out more outside this time. So where we live, there's a couple of outdoor gyms as well. So in the summer, I tend to use an outdoor gym rather than so we go about 7 in the morning, and it's absolutely beautiful. So you do an hour session on the gym, then you do some tennis and some basketball to finish off. It's really good.
Have you got a farmer's like the redneck or sun?
You look like a beetroot. Yeah, I probably do actually. Cast no nonsense, McDane.
Well, I tell you why I have a tan.
I promise I'll learn. I've learnt my lesson tonight, ITN. I've learnt my lesson.
Dude, let me show this. Yes. What I did tonight. This is why I have a tan.
Oh, what did you? Oh, look at that.
Yes. This is me outside golfing. I did a.
Is that Camilla?
Yes.
Oh, you took Camilla golfing, did you?
Yeah. Look at that pitch.
Is she better than you?
Look at the scenery.
Yeah, look at that. Is she better than you?
Maybe.
No. No, Jarvis, the answer is, of course, no, of course she's not better than me. You must be joking. Yeah, do that. Yeah, you're doing it.
I don't want to sleep in the doghouse.
That mountain view is just stunning, isn't it?
Mm.
Your golf course is absolutely just stunning. Absolutely brilliant. That's the beauty of the planet, isn't it? Wherever you go, wherever you live, you've got some absolute beautiful scenery. Where we are in Iron Bridge, it's amazing. The rolling hills of Shropshire is where we are. So, as your napper should be the same. Napper, well, I'm missing something there. Sorry, pal, but no, I know what you mean. I think.
Bryan comes in and says, "Guys, I only saw this now, but Luka Jovic is on a free."
Well, we were linked with Jovic a couple of seasons ago, weren't we?
We were, yeah.
Yeah, we were linked with him. So, yeah, that would be, that would be. I don't know what he's like at the moment. He's kind of got off the radar a bit, hasn't he, Jovic?
Yeah, I don't know how he's done last couple of seasons, but he was a hot potato like 3 years ago. But now, I don't think he scored that many goals.
I can dive in on this one. I can dive in on that one quickly.
Yes.
I said to Jarvis, I went to watch Wolves a couple of times last season because my little nephew's a Wolves fan, so I took him. And in fact, I've already been signed up to go again this year, Jarvis, already in August. And I come back and I'm saying, fucking Strand Larsen, fucking hell. He was rubbish. And Jarvis says, Stu, watch again. And I started watching him, and he's not prolific by any stretch of imagination, but he's an absolute handful. He really is.
Yes.
Probably not quite right for us, John, and Jarvis would admit that, but he's definitely.
Yeah, I would take him. He's better than Højlund by far. I think he's better.
He's good in the air. Really,
he has
good
better
in the
instincts when it comes to be in the right place in front of goals, and Jonathan Fischer Fredrikstad. Oh, he's a Norwegian guy, plays in the Norwegian Premier League. I haven't followed him, I have to be honest. But Tromsø, my local club, won today 3-1. So I think it's 10 in a row now. They're second place in the league, only 5 points behind the league leader, but they have three. No, it's not Bodø Glimt, but it's Viking from Stavanger.
Oh,
but
okay.
They have 3 games in hand, and they're 5 points behind. So they could be the leader now. Actually,
they could lift the title.
They could.
What is the Norwegian First Division called, or Premier League called?
Tippeligaen.
Okay.
Tippeligaen.
It's Liga. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So, but we call it the Norwegian Premier League. It's easier for you guys to understand. Yes. But I'm quite proud. It's not often. It's a small club. Yeah.
ITN. That's very, very kind of you, mate. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, he doesn't, Ryan. He's right. He doesn't have the finish, which we agree with that. Strand Larsen. But his overall game is not bad, is it? Yeah.
It's called Eliteserien. Elite Series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Viking will slip again, according to Retro.
Mm-hmm. They always slip.
Yeah.
What else have we got? You know what? Who's the? I think he's the general manager of Viking. That's the old Man United player Erik Nevland. I think he's the.
Yeah, it's Erik Nevland.
Yeah.
Didn't really rip it up for us at all, Nevland, but he was a good player.
But he did well at Fulham. He did
very well at Fulham. He's a solid player.
He had an interesting career. He went from Man United youth to Groningen. I think he scored a lot of goals, hell of a lot of goals in the Dutch league, and then he came back to Fulham, and he actually did quite well. So he had a decent career. I would say he's one of the more underrated academy players we had. He had a good career, decent career.
Yeah. What about Ramos from PSG? I think we were linked with him on loan, weren't we, Jarvis, a few weeks ago? I can't see that coming to fruition, Junior. But good shout. Fred the Reds made quite an interesting statement. Kai Rooney is better than Wayne at his age. I believe he is by all accounts. And apparently, you're right. This JJ lad is something a little bit special. JJ's 14, isn't he?
Oh, 14. Okay.
Yeah, he's a 14-year-old. I think Kai Rooney is definitely one to watch. Yeah, I really do. Let's have a look, see what else we got. Oh,
we can do back Tromsø in my footy bet today.
I'm gonna have to back Tromsø. I'm gonna have to do a footy bet this week. I'll back Tromsø.
Maybe I should go to a game and like make some footage and talk about it to show you guys how it is in Norway. And I think actually, who's that girl going around the world doing going to peg something, stunt peg? No, what's her name?
I don't know. I've seen her. I've seen her on on social media. Jamie, yeah, we feel your pain, mate, on that one. We do. Ekatike and Osherman. Osherman's the worst one for me. Ekatike, to be honest, I could take or leave. But Osherman, we know with Osherman, he's guaranteed goals. We know that because he's done it. So Nazarin says that Sesko is a bit slow with his footwork and seems lacking during the final third, even if he scores many goals in the Bundesliga. I wouldn't disagree with that. Let's have a look. What else have we got? Are we looking at Dingra? Are we looking at Dingra? Are we looking at Dingra? I don't know. I've not seen that.
Dingra, I rate him. I think he's a good
player.
I know
you do. And the man is asking, are we looking at... I know we were looking at SGP or whatever.
Was it a Dingra who played under Amarum in Sporting?
Dingra years ago? Yeah, he's a really good player, Dingra.
Yeah.
Catherine No Nonsense McDade. Kai Rooney's a good shout. He looks, by all accounts, he's got his old man's work ethic.
Definitely boxing straight talk. I will do that. I will go to the next game and show you some clips of the surrounding the stadium, all the ins and outs of Tromsø's footballing team in the beautiful midnight sun. And the weather out here is beautiful right now. We have had a week over 25 to 30 degrees outside.
We've had that.
I'm boiling. It's too
hot.
It's
good for us, is it? You like it cold, don't you?
Yeah.
In the winter, Jarvis will treat you to a picture of him singing in his snowmobile, in his snow clearing plough. It's quite funny.
Wheel loader, with a big plough.
He sent me a message last year, and there's snow fucking everywhere, and he's like whistling away, singing, and there's snow fucking coming up on his plough, man.
Stu, before we end, I wanted to bring up this because we mentioned Gaza. The breaking is rushed into intensive care unit after collapsing at home. So, it's terrible news. Gaza is a national treasure. From England, he was brilliant. I remember the Euros 1996, that beautiful goal against, was it Scotland in the
Scotland? Yeah, and he went. He scored the goal, and then there's a famous celebration where he recreated something they called the dentist chair, which they had actually done in the summer before they went to a tournament. You get in the dentist chair and people pour drinks down you, and that's what that celebration was about. But Gaza was one of the most gifted footballers you would ever see. The UK had. He used to glide across the pitch. Great skills, good goal scorer, nasty bastard,
and he carried the England team in the 1990 World Cup. Remember that team? That was a great team.
It was brilliant at Newcastle.
Did he lose some penalties against Germany in the semi-final? Wasn't it?
Yeah, we lost some penalties.
Stuart Pearce, or was it?
Stuart Pearce and Chrissy Waddle. Oh no, Chrissy Waddle was sorry, that's about a lie. It was Pearce and no. In the
Des Walker.
It was Des Walker and Southgate. Pearce and Waddle were in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Italian
It was a great team. I rated that. They have David Platt. No, was David Platt who scored a couple of goals. Late goal against Belgium in the last
Platt,
16. Yeah. But Gaza, he was outstanding in that tournament. I think he was one of the better players.
We were excellent in that. We were excellent in that World Cup. Gary Lineker scored a hat trick. We were poor in the first two games, and then Lineker scored a hat trick, and then we just moved. But that's your final. That.
But it's a sad story. You know, he was plagued with alcoholism, you know, mental health struggles, and all of those off the pitch incidents. You know, it's a sad story, but you know, Gaza was Gaza.
There's a couple of people that should really take a long, hard look at themselves, and there's a few people on the radio currently that used to take Gaza out with him, and there's ex-TV personalities that are no longer on TV. They just used to get him pissed up all the fucking time, and it was a disgrace. Yeah, you got to be careful. You can't say anything really, but yeah, absolute disgrace.
Well, it's just sad, really. But you know, his talent was it.
Gaza should have been one of England's most capped footballers.
Yeah.
You know, he was better than like
57 caps, 10 goals for England.
Criminal. It's criminal. 57 caps is criminal. There've been, you know, more players. There's been a few players that never played for England. There's criminal. Steve Bruce being one of them. Never played for England A. Played for England B. Never played for England A. You're right, Romano. I didn't want to say the names. I won't put them up, but you're right. Those are the two. And you know, but when you look at the natural talent, when he went across to Lazio, sure it was Lazio he played for, wasn't it, Gaza? Absolutely phenomenal.
Lazio, yeah,
it was brilliant.
Was it under Sven-Göran Eriksson?
Yeah, it was under Eriksson. Yeah, he was just absolutely fucking brilliant. Gaza was piss taker, laughing, was what everything a footballer should be. He was a child who never grew up. But he was brilliant on his day. He was absolutely brilliant. He was a wonderful footballer, just a wonderful footballer. Wore number 8 as well. Great number.
Number 8, yeah.
Yeah, Joe, you're absolutely right. He was. And he's been asked on many occasions, actually. And there's a famous piece when he was. He came on to a podcast and he said, "Look, he came up and said, you know, I was told that if I'd gone to Manchester United, I would have prolonged my career." Then he turned around and said, "But they got Ryan Giggs. Look what happened to him." Eric, look what happened to him. So, you know, it was one of those. But he should have made the choice to come to United. Absolutely. There's something about the Northeast players, you know. You had issues with Alan Shearer. Decided he was going up to Newcastle, and that's it. I'm going home. Do I regret not going to United? We would have, the amount of trophies we'd have won if Shearer had played with us is crazy. He said no, he got no regrets. And Gaza, he's got no regrets of going to Tottenham. So it was absolutely brilliant. Yeah. It was the house, wasn't it? Yeah, I seem to remember that, Vutaneta. I do seem to remember that.
By the way, 58 is his age, or no, 60, 58. Yeah. Born in 67.
Either way, his career was brought down too soon. You know, when you look at the likes of Gaza was, you know, you look at the likes of Dele Alli, absolute shocking how that's turned out. You look at Sancho, shocking how that's turned out. Rashford, shocking how that's turned out. There was players in the past, Jermaine Pennant, very gifted, shocking how that turned out. You know, there are these players that Danny Cadamarteri at Everton was a fantastic footballer. Who's he now? People just you don't hear about these players because they got money. Gaza was different. Gaza just got into the wrong crowd, and that's really sad.
And you have that youngster, the biggest talent in the academy 10 years ago. What's his name again?
Ravel Morrison. Yeah,
Ravel.
Couldn't be bothered. Couldn't be bothered. Couldn't be bothered. And you know, you can't see that. Phil Foden could retire tomorrow. He's had a better career than 90% of footballers in the UK, and he's what, 24? I don't know, 25. Phil Foden. He's won 5 Premier Leagues, for fuck's sake. Jadon Sancho, I'd be so pissed off. Rashford, I'd be so pissed off and angry looking at that, looking at what Foden done. Yeah, they don't care anymore. The people don't care. Phil Neville, 5. He wasn't the best footballer at United, but he 5 Premier League medals. You know, we can look back on his career. Gaza, I think if you come to United, 5 Premier League medals probably. You know, so
yeah. It was a segment I just wanted to mention because I always loved the Gas as a player. I wish him well. I hope that everything works itself out. All hearts and praise
He
from
was retro.
the Tactical Devils, and I
He
would say
was.
the same from the Devilish Tacticos. Yes.
Again here, absolutely our old number 11. Waste of time. Absolutely agree, Ryan. Absolutely agree. Phil was a good utility player, he was. But, you know, Phil Neville, Nicky Butt, they understood the mechanics of football. They understood that it's a squad game. It's not a first 11 game. It's a squad game. We don't understand the mechanics half of our team at the minute. So
no, it's true. It's true. It's been a great show. We are 2 hours, 5 minutes into the show. A lot of people watching. Still 120 people are tuned in. It's getting late. I know you guys, it's Monday morning tomorrow. I don't know if you have a summer holiday or if you are working, but at least I'm going to work tomorrow. So I need to go to bed in half an hour's time. So it's been a great show, guys. We will be back tomorrow night around 9 p.m. Yeah, I have had so busy days lately, so it's always a struggle to go live at 9. It's not always that we can do it, but press that bell notification and you will get the reminder when we go live. But we will go live tomorrow around 9 p.m. As usual, Jarvis's Corner Monday night panel show. We can talk about the latest Man United transfer news and some other stuff and, you know, the Daily Jackson and all of that. So it's been a great show. Thank you, Jamie Wayne, Ryan Mark Davis, Romano, and the Madness, Boxing Straight Talk, Retro 77, big up, DJ Superfly Guy, John Charles O'Rourke, Jamie Wayne, I mentioned you know, Nick S, Catherine No Nonsense McDade, Is It Just Me, Fred the Red, MUFC News, big up to all of you, all your comments, all your contributing to the channel. You know, I'm super impressed. It's been a great show. Stu, any final last words before we wrap it up?
No, Devilish Tacticos again, absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for joining us. Cass, thank you so much for the raid, pal, if you're in the chat or you're watching. We really appreciate it. Everybody on X, please pop across, get us over to 100 likes. Our last video, by the way, guys, it's worth mentioning this because me and Charles are really, really happy. It got 6.8 views, which is a record for this channel. And we got over 250 likes, 252, something along those lines. And it's a record for this channel as well. We can't do it without you guys, you know, tuning in and supporting us. So it's a big, big, big thank you from me on that one because you guys are absolutely brilliant. Thanks for the community. And the shirt's going and the madness, don't worry. And to everybody else, the shirt's going.
Yes, there's no one that's live at the moment, so I can't redirect you guys. So tonight will be the usual outro. Big up, guys. Smash the like if you haven't. Let's try to get to 100 before the morning.
Jarvis, thank you very much, Ryan. On this channel, by the way, please push your channel through the Devilish Tacticos as well, because the Devilish Tacticos support everyone. With the, you know, they're a brilliant group. So if you want to let us know what your channel is, Ryan, then please, if you come on tomorrow, put your channel in, and you know, people will like and subscribe to your channel.
We'll give you a shout.
We'll give you a shout.
Yeah,
and if you're live one day, we could even raid you. So
yes,
we work with as many channels as we can. We don't.
I agree. Thank you, everybody. It's been a great show.
Some of it on the back of it and burn it. Crikey, talk about burning shirts. I might have to dig that Scout shirt out with my name on it, Jarvis. I was telling you a story about the other day.
No, please don't
do
that.
No, I'm not. I'll never say. You know, all our subscribers would wake up the next day 0.
Channel is dead.
Or a petition. Get fucking Stu off. Get him off. Get him gone. I'm hanging by a thread tonight by the looks of it. So.
BBC One and Radioactive UK. Yeah, that would be something.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Thank you so much. You've been, thank you. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. And then, guys, leave a comment in the non-live section. Who do you think we can get as our next striker? I saw someone mentioned Sørloth, and I think he's a brilliant guy. Right now, I would take him. Yes, if we could afford him.
Sørloth's an interesting one, isn't he? Because we wouldn't have touched him when he was at Palace.
No, but now.
But yeah, it's interesting.
Scoring goals, scored over 20 goals 3 consecutive seasons in Spain for 3 different teams.
Yeah, and he's a bit part player at Athletic.
Yeah, that's the thing. So he's interesting. Well, it's time. Sorry.
Oh.
It's time to end the show. Well, where do I? Yeah, I need to put the outro video on. So
yeah, we haven't done that for so long, have we?
No.
Because we've been raiding normally. So
we've been raiding, but there was no one to raid. Let's see, where's the outro? Intro video, intro. No, it's not here. Let me just play it and end the show. Okay. Have a good night, everybody. Take care. Take care. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Is it this one? Yeah.